The Mysterious Wanderer. My name is Fernando, and I've been a driver for many years. I've traveled countless roads, met all kinds of people, and witnessed things that still send chills down my spine. But there's one story in particular, about a mysterious wanderer called PARANORMAL, that still makes me tremble, even though I never fully believed in these things. Many drivers have sworn they picked him up or passed through towns where he allegedly stole small items from homes in the dead of night. At the time, I was driving through a city called São Fidélis, in Rio de Janeiro. That's when I started hearing the rumors, stories of a strange man roaming the highways. They said he was a lonely traveler wrapped in mystery, always carrying an old book. Some claimed they saw him vanish in broad daylight. Others said he changed form, becoming animals, or even trees. There were even people who claimed to have been hypnotized by him. I consider myself a brave man, and those stories didn't stop me from continuing my journey. But when I finally crossed paths with a wanderer holding a book on the road, I instantly knew that was him. PARANORMAL. I felt a chill run down my spine. He was tall, thin, with a long beard. His eyes were deep, piercing, as if he could see into my soul. And there he was, clutching that old, worn-out book. We passed each other. I continued on. He walked toward the city. Just out of curiosity, I looked back, but he was gone. Completely vanished. No trees, no ditches to hide in, he just disappeared. That's when things got truly terrifying. When I looked in my rearview mirror, he was sitting in the back seat. Smiling. Toothless. I know it sounds insane. I swear on my life it's true. I turned my head, no one was there. But in the mirror, he remained, staring at me. The more distance I put between me and São Fidélis, the more that image burned into my mind, that toothless smile in the mirror. I thought I wouldn't make it to my destination. I kept driving until I reached a town called Campos dos Goitacazes. And then, just like that, he was gone. I never saw him again. But to this day, I still have nightmares. I don't know what happened on that road. But I swear, he got in my car. The worst trip. My name is Camila. It all happened during a long weekend holiday. My family rented a big Airbnb far from the city. It seemed perfect, surrounded by trees, with a lake beside it. There were 7 of us, my parents, grandparents, my siblings Joao and Sofia, even our dog Thor and our cat Mimi. At first, everything seemed fine. But the place had a strange, heavy feeling. My dad joked it felt abandoned. That night, it all started. Thor, usually calm, began growling at the hallway. But when we checked, there was nothing there. Mimi disappeared. We found her hours later, trembling under the couch. Terrified. That night I went to bed feeling uneasy. In the middle of the night, I woke up to footsteps in the hallway. I thought it was Joao or Sofia, but the hallway was empty. Back in bed, I felt a burning on my arm. When I turned on my phone light, there were red scratches all over me. I kept quiet. The next day, my mom looked exhausted. She said she had a dream, a shadowy figure stood by her bed all night. My grandfather said he heard footsteps too. That's when Sofia showed us a cut on her leg. She didn't know how it happened. We realized something was very wrong. The second night, the sounds got worse, heavy, dragging footsteps around the house. Thor growled non-stop, then suddenly whimpered. Mimi vanished again, this time we never found her. Around midnight, one of the bedroom doors slammed shut. We rushed in. My grandmother was crying. She said something cold touched her arm. Her skin was covered in purple bruises, like someone had grabbed her with force. No one slept that night. We stayed in the living room, completely terrified. My dad tried to say it was all in our heads, but we knew. The next morning, Thor wouldn't move. He lay in one spot, whimpering. My mom said we had to leave. But when my dad went for the car keys, they were gone. We searched the whole house. Nothing. we had to spend one more night there. And that night was hell. Furniture moving by itself. Doors opening and slamming. Scratches appeared on my body. Sophia woke up with her face marked. By morning, the keys were suddenly back, sitting right there on the kitchen counter. We carried Thor, left the house, and never looked back. Mimi never returned. We still don't know what happened in that house. But that trip was the worst of our lives. Appalachian Forest. I live in Florida, but we went camping in Georgia, near the Appalachian Trail. There were 4 of us, me, my brother Leo, our friend Tay, and our other friend Chico. Chico's dad came with us too. The forest was dense and quiet, but full of ancient energy. The Appalachian Mountains are some of the oldest on Earth, and it's said strange things happen there. That first night, the boys went exploring to find a lake. I stayed at the camp. An hour and a half later, they returned, excited, saying they found a beautiful lake just minutes away. They described it as glowing under the moonlight. But they said someone was watching them from the trees, so they came back quickly. Later that night, I found Chico sitting by the fire. He kept urging me to go with him to the lake, said it was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. He was acting strange. Calm. Obsessed. Then he asked me, "Do you believe in God?" When I said yes, he went quiet. I went back to the tent, feeling uneasy. The next day, we tried to find the lake. We searched everywhere. It wasn't there. No path. No clearing. Nothing. We asked a local camper, an indigenous man who lived nearby. He told us there were no lakes in that area. We were all disturbed. How could 3 people hallucinate the same thing? Later that day, we smelled rotting flesh, like something dead was nearby. That night, strange things started happening. We felt surrounded. The trees felt closer. The forest felt alive. Suddenly, Chico ran from his dad's tent yelling, "There's something in the forest, watching me." We packed immediately and headed to the car. On the path back, we walked single file, Tay first with the flashlight, me behind him, then Leo, then Chico. The forest whispered to us. Voices. Whistles. Low sounds that made you question if you were hearing them or imagining them. Then, a scream. Piercing. Animalistic. Tortured. It shattered me. I collapsed, covered my ears, and screamed for Tay. But I couldn't even hear my own voice. I felt something gripping my arms. Only when I prayed did the pressure fade. I ran until I reached the parking lot. The boys were already there, confused, pale, terrified. But none of them heard the scream. And Leo, he wasn't behind me. He was ahead of me. He never held my arm. Yet I had marks on both arms, like something had been holding me. Chico said he saw eyes in the forest, glowing, fast, predatory. We left that night. And we never spoke of it again.